Okay, so this is the next video in the Streamlit and Pillow editing application, and we're going to look now at how to use session states in Streamlit. You'll notice with our current code, which is like this, I've made a few adjustments to mine to add in the ability to resize the image as well using this column layout. But otherwise, it's the same as when you saw it in the last video. So if I upload an image here, it appears, I can rotate it. Okay, but the problem comes, which you may have noticed as you were playing around with this, if I then make another adjustment, you'll see the image is not rotated now. Okay, and every time I kind of click off or change one of these boxes and go back, it reverts back to the old image. Now, the reason for this is because Streamlit, every time you make a change to the web page in Streamlit, this code gets reloaded. And what happens when it gets reloaded, we still have this uploaded file, which means the uploaded file, the original one that wasn't rotated, gets re-put into the image and then set back. So that's why I can rotate once, but the moment I make a change and move off, then it goes back to how it was. It gets reloaded again. So there's a way we can get around this, and it's using session states. So if you want to read about this, it's in state management here in the API reference. And this allows us to create variables that are held even when the page gets refreshed. So what we're going to do here on this one, instead of using image, I'm going to create a session state called image and use this as the variable. Now, because I'm going to need to replace then all the times I've put image in my application, I don't want to manually go and do this. So I'm going to right click. I'm going to go refactor. It won't let me rename from there. Let me see. That's interesting. It won't let me rename it. I wonder why that is. Okay, not sure why it's not letting me do that. I'm just going to go and manually do them then. We've got a few here, haven't we? Image. Okay, let's see. So now we've put this in place. I'm going to go back to the app. I'm going to go to here and I'm going to clear the cache. Okay, so that clears any kind of memory or anything that it's holding. It's always a good idea if you're playing around with these session states. I'm going to rerun the app. Oh, this removes that again. Okay. I'm going to open up the application. I'm going to rotate it. I'm now going to enter a new width. And it's gone back. What I wanted to happen. Okay, so that's happening because of this. It's still uploading the old file back into the session states. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say if the image is in session state. So in other words, if we haven't set this key yet in our session state, then we will do that. Okay, so that should only really happen one time. The first time it comes in, image won't be a session state, so it will then set it to the uploaded file. And then after that, we should be okay then. And then it will continue to use the one in memory. Okay, let's try that again. So I'm going to clear the cache. Get rid of the photo. Rerun the app. Okay. And hopefully this time it will work. So I'll put in a repetition amount. Set the new width. And this will be the first. Excellent. But it hasn't reverted back now. turn your height. Also resize now. Turn your rotation amount. Okay. So it looks like now everything is working fine. I hadn't mentioned it before. If you do wish to save the changes you've made to the image, you can right click and save image as. I tried to implement it using the download button on Streamlit, but I couldn't get it to work. So at the moment, we'll just stick with the functionality here to save as.